Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how I like to make my pizza burgers. I love pizza burgers. They're insanely easy to make, but I love them. And I'm going to share them with you because I've been talking about it on social media because I've been making them a lot, and you'll see why. And everybody's been asking me for the recipe, but really, it is like insanely easy, but it's really good and you're gonna love it. You're gonna need some ground beef, of course. You can choose ground beef of your choice. You'll need fresh parsley, garlic, parmigiano. This is just some pizza seasoning, which is just a combination of chili, hot pepper flakes, oregano, garlic, onion, and basil. You need some marinara sauce, homemade or store-bought, it's up to you. You'll need some salt, and then you'll need some pepperoni, cheese of your choice, and some buns. Although I have to say, you don't even have to eat these on buns. If you want to just eat it as is with a side dish of some sort, they're really fantastic. I've got my skillet preheating over about medium-high heat. I also have a broiler going because I like to crisp up the pepperoni on top of my cheese, but you don't have to do that. You can just go ahead and add the pepperoni to sauce and pepperoni and then cheese, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's get mixing. To my ground beef, I'm going to add a healthy pinch of salt, my pizza seasoning, a good grating of parm. Now this is important. I want about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of freshly grated parm. I think freshly grated parm makes the biggest difference, and since this is a bit of a coarse grater, you'll really be able to get that lovely salty parmy flavor come through. And then I'm also going to grate in the garlic as well. You can chop it, but I just have my grater here. I'm just going to grate it so that it mixes in evenly. Last clove of garlic. And then my chopped up parsley. You can chop it up real fine if you want to. I don't think it makes a difference. Get all the garlic off of that. If you have a really big cast iron skillet, I would suggest you make these in there. In fact, I a lot of times make mine in my cast iron skillet because I just make 2 at a time, so it's easy, but I don't have a cast iron skillet that will hold all 4 of them nicely, so I'm just going to make it in that skillet, which works really well. Just make sure you preheat it over high heat, and you just drizzle a little bit of clear vegetable oil or light olive oil. Got that mixed. You don't want to overmix it. And then I'm going to just score this into 4 so I can get 4 even burgers. Now, I have been a really big fan of thin burgers. I don't know what it is, but I've been going for a thinner burger rather than a fat burger recently just because that's what I've been into. So I kind of just make it like that, right? Not too thin, not too thick. And I'm just going to collect them on my plate, and then once I have them all formed, I'm going to pop them into my hot skillet. Last burger, make sure you make a little bit of an indent in the center so as it puffs up, as it cooks evenly. Yes, these don't take long. They probably take about 3 minutes or so on each side. Let's get this one flattened out. Oh, and this smells so good already. Because we've got the chopped parsley and the garlic and the parm in there, it can just it hits you the second it touches the heat. I'm gonna let those cook for a bit. Once they're done on one side, I'll flip them, but I'll show you when we get there. I'm gonna go just clean my hands, and then I'll meet you back, and we'll flip the burgers. Gonna start flipping these. Oh, look at that! Aren't they gorgeous? I mean, come on. I only like to add a little drizzle of vegetable oil or olive oil to my skillet if I'm not using cast iron. Not enough to have them swim and fry, but just enough so that nothing really sticks and it helps create that beautiful crust. These are going to take about 3 more minutes, but in about 2 minutes, we're going to start adding our toppings, and then it's just going to finish up cooking on the broiler for the last minute. So I'll meet you right back here to put the toppings on, and then we'll pop it in the oven. All right, now we top it with some good marinara sauce. You know, if you've got some marinara sauce always in your fridge or freezer, you don't even have to make any last minute. Or you can always buy some at the grocery store if you choose to, so that you can just make these really quickly. Oh, it smells so good. Now you can put the pepperoni at this point on top of the sauce, or you can put it on top of the cheese, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do 2 burgers with provolone, 2 with mozz, And I'm gonna add the pepperoni on top and then pop it under the broiler so that the cheese melts and that the pepperoni kind of crisps up a little bit. You can put more pepperoni on there if you want to. Doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Pop it under the broiler. You can tell that the 4-piece pepperoni is the one I've got my eye on. I'm gonna pop this under the broiler for just a few seconds and then I'll show you what it looks like when they're done. Is this a masterpiece or is this a masterpiece? Oh, I'm gonna take that one right there. The ooziness is gonna be good. It is gonna be really, really good. It is gonna be really hot though. I like to just squeeze it like that so all the juices come out and they seep into the bread. It's gonna be, I don't know why I'm turning this around. I feel like I gotta get ready for this. Sauce. Oh my. You know, hold on. Yeah. Look at the juices. Ooh, come to mama. That is so good. And I'm sure I've got sauce all over me. So I'm gonna stop embarrassing myself. I'm gonna go eat my burger. Nothing else needs to be said. You can go to LauraInTheKitchen.com to get the written recipe. Bye.